1840s, hold the good damn thing longer. 1840s, why didn't I get in 1840s, man? I need to get in 1840s. 1840s, let's check it out. Man, look at this. I wanted to get in right there. I should have got in right there. Man, good 1840s right here. Beautiful, great. ISW team, tell him I used his support you. You know that, man. And tell good trade right there. Great trade. GDT, Monkey, congrats on passing me, brother. You're killing it. Thank you, GDT, for the support. You know I support you. You know that, man. And tell one of your intensity stopwatch buddies, I think, ISW team, tell him I used his CMEG links, man. I used his CMEG links. I'm signing up for CMEG, GDT, man. So, I'm getting ready to do this damn thing. I'm ready to make this money. Hey, there you go. Look at ICOH coming up to the 2250s. 2250s right there. Okay, so GDT, this is what I'm going to do. I know that's a far-fetched thing, but if I can say it, I can see it, I can train it, I can do it, I can be it. We will make it. GDT, you'll probably get there a lot sooner than I will, though. But I'm getting there. I'm ready to step up into this show. Here we go. Okay, so it went over. Man, that was a good trade right there. Great little trade right there. Man, let's get all the party. To do. I'm on CMEG, I'm going to continue to take my trades, but I am not trading the free market with sink or swim unless it's a slower move. I did take a trade back here on COHM, but that was just because I couldn't help myself. It was such a good setup on that first pullback. There were a lot of people starting to get interested, so I bought it right there. 5 more minutes instead of, I got 700 instead of 300. Yes, man. But 300 is good, man. It's good to be around here. It's good to I cannot wait to be using DOS Trader again. DOS Trader, I'm ready to stand up this time. The show is on the road. Hopefully I get in. I do have to use a tribal ID as my second form of ID. Hopefully they take my tribal ID. It shouldn't be bad for anything. I don't have my passport updated or whatever, so I need to. I'm going to be using my tribal ID, so hopefully it's good. Hopefully they use that. That's the mode I'm on CMEG signing up. You have to give my 2 forms of ID. Nobody asked me to join CMEG. You know they don't want people advertising for them or whatever. You're letting me do whatever. I know someone should slap my hand 5 more minutes. I got 7 minutes. So the market can open in about 8 minutes.
What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're having a good morning. Let's see what we got here. Your reputation is present when you're not. Always remember that. Happy Friday. Glad to see everybody here. I don't think my chat's working. Let me reopen it. Watching Ovid here. This thing is going bonkers. All right, maybe it is. I didn't see the bot thing pop up. That's why I was curious. Let me know if you're here so I can make sure that my chat's working. Oh, there it is. Thomas, what's up, man? Maybe the bot's taking the day off. I don't know. Usually it pops up saying that it's running. Ovid's a little bit lower float. Just kind of watching it, seeing what it wants to do here. We're going to probably wait until the bell. Oh, it never gets old. There's some other people streaming nowadays. I was kind of taking a stroll around YouTube this morning, and a lot of people out there doing it now. It's crazy. See how many of them stick around. Hard not to trade in the pre-market there on something like Ovid, but pretty crazy. All right, I'm gonna have to look in. I guess these people like see when streams go live or something, and then they come in and do their thing. Let's see if I can get rid of that person. Let's see, mod view. So I can click on them. There we go. Let's block them. Sorry, dude. No spamming. All right. All right. So I think we got that figured out. Alrighty. Marketing, what's up, man? Good morning. Good luck. Oh, wow. Look at Ovid. That was a tough one to pass on, but I don't really like playing pre-market. Went from one scanner to the other. SPY is doing well this morning, so we'll be looking for some decent moves here. Also, you might see me trading a little different today. Not really. Strategy's still the same. Not changing anything because of the loss yesterday. I mean, we're changing something, but not really. Same risk. All that good stuff. JBL, not a lot of volume here. Huge spread there. See what happens at the bell. Got about 45 seconds. Yeah, Thomas, I agree. When you're well ahead, you can throw a little bit of money at those pre-market trades. Just downsize it a little bit, maybe even more, and go from there. But PDD also popping here. I'm probably going to do my best, depending on how everything's trading, to be out of here around 10:30 today, just so you guys know. Also, apparently, I ran into the YouTube guidelines. There's the bell. Good luck, everybody. But apparently what I've been doing with the gift cards, I didn't realize it, but it's against their guidelines. So I'm probably going to have to stop doing that. I'll finish it into next week, but I'll bring it up in one of the videos. PDD, I'd love to see it get up to yesterday's highs. We'll kind of let it do its thing. Ovid pretty much V'ing right back down. Man, look at that thing. That would have been nice. So note to self, don't pull Ovid back up. Don't want to be looking at that. GCI. That's right, I can put both my headphones on. You guys can probably hear her, but I can't really hear her that much. Let's keep the scanners rolling here. Yeah, if you do notice when I hit my button now, it's a load button, and you will probably see why if we do get some trades in here. And IQ actually looks really nice, but we don't have any shares there. And guess what I don't have open? This INFN is really slow. Momo popped up there for a second. We had just played that one recently, so I was interested. That is a nice little move there, but it already gave it back. Yeah, I'm not sure. Of course, I don't have it up ready to go. Oh, it's moving pretty good. Let's take a look. I'll try to pull it up real quick. In the meantime, let's keep rolling. Of course, now Ovid's bouncing. Things a little nuts. IQ
Market
still
data
going.
connection lost.
That's 20.
Market data connection re-established.
Why did that? Come on. It's already on IQ. That's interesting.
Order filled.
All right, we're going to start IQ here. I keep forgetting I can't scale in and out of this. I'm going to put an order just down under 50. See if we can get the fill. Wait, what? Oh, that could have been bad. Wait, please tell me there's no order out there. Okay, good. All right, just put an order out there around 45 if it wants to get through 50 and get us there. We'll also put, we'll have a stop ready just in case. Just looking for it to give us a little bit of that move back. Is the spread that bad? I'm confused. Why does it say? I guess oh, okay. It wasn't updating. I guess because I have to have it activated. All right, we're coming back up. Our average is at 65. I still need to see. This is why I'm a little eerie, because I have to call them. to see exactly how it works, because I don't want to try to scale in too much and then get caught. The disadvantages of PDT. So I'm still looking for other trades, but just to show you here on IQ, our entry is right where the price is currently. It's at 65. So looking for it to come down. We have an order sitting at 45. We were just looking for that breakthrough 50, which it almost got there the first time. We got the 48, which I didn't notice because I was messing around my orders. I thought it never got below 50. $83. So I think we might just put a stop here at high of day. See if I can figure out even how to do that. Position. Buy. Stop limit. The high of day is 83, so I'll put it at 84. Alright, can we do a range? Stop limit. This is why I don't like new software. We'll give this a sec. It is still pretty extended. We'll give it through 26. I wish I knew how to change this though. Okay, if we pull back again here and then it tries to go higher. Okay, yes. So now we're going to definitely put the stop in. So stop limit 25.84. Buy 75 position. Okay. This order will most likely trigger and fill immediately. Why? Alright, well then I will cancel it. But why? I'm so confused. Alright, well apparently we're going to be manually closing this out if it wants to go high day. 2 bottom wicks there. Why does it keep doing that? What is this PQ, PQG? What's going on here? This PQG chart is all kind of messed up. Oh, because of the spread. Jeez. It's an interesting looking one. Alright, so we're at high of day here. Looks like I got right to it. Not looking to give this too much room. But I am willing to try the 26 area here. Brad, what's up, man? But it is starting to get a little grindy feel. Alright, so I guess it would just be a stop? A stop and stop limit? They should be the same thing, right? I was looking for more of a push up there towards 26. CHGG going a little nutso. This thing has a little spread to it. Man, it already gave back so much of that move, almost the whole
Bulletin
point.
received.
What is this bulletin? Apparently there's pass-through fees on this chart or trade. CHG, geez. Yeah, IQ, we're not going to really give this too much room. We're going to see what it does here, and then if it doesn't give us anything, we're just going to cut it. Not like in a CHGG, we kind of could have jumped in on the back end there, but wasn't really what we were looking for. We like to see the front happen, but man, look at that. That thing gave back a huge chunk. ADRO. Also, the disadvantage of not having like your quick keys there, could have been covering like 75% when we were down towards 50 or through 50 and we didn't get it. So just a little bit of a learning curve trying to use their software. I do eventually think I'm going to try to get the DOS software for IB. It just costs a little too much right currently. Thomas on CHGG, I'm guessing. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try a stop here. Buy. And we'll put it up just through 90. It's kind of struggling, so not a huge fan of it at the moment. It's kind of just grinding up here. It tried 88. I don't know. I like the idea of 26 more, but usually when it gets there, it'll try it. So I feel like you're just kind of giving more money away. Watch an MNTA here. Yeah, on CHGG. If we can get a decent little pullback here, we're definitely going to put our stop at high of day this time around. I kind of wanted to put it at high of day there, but I couldn't figure it out. And I just didn't manually do it because it wasn't moving that fast at that time. So I figured I could kind of see what it did. If it wanted to move up straight through 26, then we would have had to make a decision there if we wanted to stick with it or not. So wanted more out of MNTA there. We wanted this thing to get up towards 38. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to add our amount and then just stop out through the high here. Make sure I'm reading this right. Oh, might have missed our add there because we were looking to get it as close as possible. We just dropped another 6 cents. Man, okay. It's kind of frustrating that I'm not very proficient with their software at the moment. All right, so I think we're still going to do it here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we're just going to let it go. We'll see what it does. All right, we're coming down. Kind of just looking to let this one attempt 50 again.
Order cancelled.
Oh, I didn't mean to cancel that. Crap. I guess we can try to see if a stop would work here. Let's see, stop at just like 92, just to see what would happen. Buy position. Okay, so at least that worked. So it's just a
Order
stop
canceled.
when we want to do that. So buy 75. I got bought right back up, didn't it? Man. All right, so let me actually put that stop in. Stop, buy The high is 88, so let's just put it at 91. Even though it looks like it's going to get there, huh? It's all right. We'll respect it. I mean, the odds are if it gets there, it's going to go try 26. So, all right. Our stop is put in at 91. I don't see anywhere to put a range order in. MNTA did not do what we wanted it to do. I saw this BBGI pop up. Yeah, Brian actually just alerted it too. Excuse me. Obviously don't like how this tried to break down like that and completely got bought right back up to where it was. Still on the north side of 50 here, but 79. This thing's spready. Got a 7 to 10 cent spread pretty constantly here on a $3 stock. I'm going to give that a sec. Still got our stop in, chilling here on IQ. Yeah, Thomas, I am kind of kicking myself because it is going to cost us a little money here. If it stops us out. More so wouldn't even be that upset with, I don't know. Let me try this. So, see how quick I can be with it. I mean, at this point, it definitely looks like it's going to go through high a day. Just tried it quite a few times here. It's a pretty standard ascending triangle looking pattern. So I'm actually just going to leave it. I'm not going to bother. Just going to let it stop us out. The worst part is it's going to be a little bit of a fake out, breakout possibility as well, right where our stop is. And it's like we could put it at 26.01, give it a little bit more of a leash. But I've been in this probably a little bit longer than I should have been anyway. Probably should have been cutting it the first time around. Jeez, on the big drop. There it goes. It's testing that high. Waiting to hear it say auto filled. There it is through 88. So we're at a new high. Only assuming we're going to get through 90 here. There's GNMK. That's what we were looking for before.
Order filled.
Yep, okay. So we got stopped out there. Not a big deal. A little bit higher than we probably should have been in anyway. So we'll come back and look at that later just to try to learn from it a little bit. For now, let's move over here. So I was hoping to get a little bit more out of GNMK here. Kind of stopped moving on us. Yeah, Thomas, I know they're out there. I've been so lazy with it. I just need to, not lazy, just busy. I feel like I've been so focused on everything else too, that's kind of why I haven't gotten around to it. Plus, it's not my primary focus at the moment. But I think having it finally happen to where it actually did cost me some money there, I'm going to go take a look at it. Which we could maybe do that on the Friday night live stream tonight. Speaking of which, if you are new here, name's Tim. We have a Friday night live stream every Friday, so feel free to tune in. If you are part of the high level support, by hitting the little join button there, there's 3 different levels if you're part of the high level support. We're not doing it this Saturday, but we're going to do it next Saturday, which is the 27th, to get our second one for the month in. We basically dive into deep strategy talk on those Saturday nights. We do it twice a month. It's a way for me to give back as much as I can for you guys supporting the channel. So that's all. I've been doing the gift card thing, but I was actually reading through some of the terms and service on YouTube last night. Got a random email, and I noticed I just happened to start reading it, and apparently what I'm doing with the gift cards is not. It's definitely not a gray area. You just shouldn't be doing it. But how it's worded, it's like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing it. So, yeah, I'm going to finish it through this week since everybody's been doing so good with hitting the like button and all that stuff. But basically it says you can't incentivize people to hit the like button or, to watch your videos or whatever. Like you can't pay people to watch your videos. I mean, they have no problem with you paying them to run your video as an ad to get clicks, but unfortunately, you can't do it yourself within your videos in the form of, gift card or whatever. What's up, Mama? So IQ did go up to 26. It's currently sitting up there at 26. So I'm not mad at that chart at all. I mean, we never really did get a pullback, so I can't be too upset with it, to be completely honest. Could have probably played it a little bit better, but it is what it is. I'd like to see NIU bust up here, up through 18. Volume isn't that great there. This GNMK, I thought we had shares on it. Now we don't. Interesting. Living the dream. Hopefully one day I can sit here and actually say that. I mean, I kind of am anyway. There's the break on IQ, just to give you guys let you see it. I'll go back up to the main chart here. So let me see if I actually got the fill at 91. It was at 92. I don't remember if that's where I put my order or not. Let's see. I had it at 91, so we did get 1 cent slippage there. Yeah, okay. So we got 1 cent slippage when it went through. But so just to show you guys, our stop was right there. So our first entry was here on this candle. Never really got that breakdown we were looking for. Probably could have got 75% out somewhere in there as it went through 50. But now we have a stop here. And as you can see, it's looking like a pretty good stop. Could have been a little bit lower, but we were trying to just give it that key 10 cent area, that 90 cent area, see if it wanted to break it, which obviously it did. GME making a decent move on, I guess, decent volume. Range isn't that great, though. As I almost typed it in up there as well.
I'm good. How are you?
MNTA. There was a couple. There was a chart earlier that I loaded, but it actually wasn't lagging. Now that I'm thinking about it, there was no volume and the spread was 50 cents. I wish I remembered what chart that was. That was interesting to look at. See if I can find it. Was it Cry? No. XRF? No. Wing? No. And Wing looks tough. PQG. There it is. Hey, take a look at this one. It was PQG. I thought when I pulled the chart up, there was no candle here. There was just a dot. It was up here. You can see it. It was just, I was like, wait, where's the candle? But then you look down at the volume, there's like no volume. And the spread was 50, it was what, 13, all the way up to 13.60. So it was actually almost 60 cents. Pretty crazy. Yeah, Wing, this looks like a tough trade too, right? And get the, there's been a lot of tough trades this week. You get the extension through 126. You get the top here, and we just never really, I mean, I guess it's about half pullback there, so you should be looking to get most of your money out if you had a pretty good entry. But then this thing just consolidates higher, just pushes. I mean, it's been that way a lot this week. It's been tough. I was going through my trades from the week, and it's like, yeah, I've had some red trades here, but when you really look at the charts weren't that bad. I mean, yesterday on Dish, we, had the mistakes that we made, which led to, we had the misclick, and then we had the emotional mistake right after the misclick, and then we had a revenge trade. So really, it wasn't the market's fault. It was really us. We made the errors. But at the same time, if you look at the chart itself, it was a tough trade regardless of the mistakes. And this is what I try to tell you guys. I mean, I can sit here and pitch you that, hey, I can be pretty close to 90% on my strategy, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still 90%. That 10% is going to be in there somewhere. And if you're 80%, that 20%'s got to be somewhere. So there's going to be losers. There's going to be charts that don't work, but that's where your risk management comes in. That's where risk management is key. Yeah, exactly, Mom. It does sound like a bad relationship. That's a good analogy. I like that. I keep seeing OCX pop up today. It's kind of giving me some flashbacks. Part of me wants to make some money off of this thing. I don't think Kev ever answered me earlier. Yeah, he didn't. I'll have to ask him again later. He says CTSO, federal agency, just halted funding for new lung treatments. Yeah, so that was the big drop. I guess people don't really care that much. Man, things are really slowing down pretty quickly here. See what NIU does. We were looking for that 18 pop. We find it went through 18, but then pulled back. But now we're back through. See what it wants to do through 1850 here. That was kind of a weird little pullback. Micro pullback, as they would say. My SPY option call is finally up 40%. Yikes. No, stay away. What are you talking about, Thomas? Oh, OCX. I would go into it with an open mind. Come on now. That was a long time ago. Yeah, sometimes I do need to keep up with chat a little bit more. Well, sometimes it's hard, like, I don't know if you're responding to someone else in the chat. I don't know if you're responding to, like, I don't know exactly what you're responding to in all cases, so. get rid of our min float here today. It's like really slow for everything that I'm looking for. The rich Wall Street players on their boats trading why it's slow. Yeah. NIU popping back up again. DVAX. DVAX could be interesting. Gets a push up through 7. We'll wait to see if that pops up on the scanner a little bit. CHCI, MGNX. Just kind of rolling through some charts here. I mean, this one kind of had a pullback. Not really. And if you guys see what I'm doing there, I'm scrolling out because I based all of my stuff off the scale. So I scroll all the way out to make sure I'm getting the same scale every single time so that I can correlate it with my hot button. Because if you see, if I scroll way in, it's only getting this little range and it's only 20 cents. But if I scroll way out, it's actually 50 cents. That's a pretty big difference. So that's why you see me doing that, by the way, if anybody was curious. But once I know what it is, I can then zoom in again to kind of see the chart better. Really looking for this to give us a candle up towards 29, right? That would be bigger than every other candle we've seen. 50-cent candle, 50-cent candle, a 60. That was actually a 60-cent candle. So we want to see like a point candle. Let's see a push up through this 28.50 area. Does not appear to want to give it to us just yet. Trying to be patient. It's kind of stuck on both sides of 50 here. Like, which way do you want to go? Watching OUT here as well. Man, the volume on this one really sucks. If it goes up, if it's on the same move, we're looking, I mean, the volume on this one kind of sucks too. Jeez, I didn't even realize that till just now. I'd be looking to sell. I'm looking to sell into strength to the upside. I'm looking for an extension away from a previous resistance, which is this 28.20 area. You can see there's some pretty solid resistance here. And we're getting a push up through. So we're looking for an intense move that extends itself away from a previous resistance. And that's my strategy in a nutshell. But this thing's going really slow. Super slow, as my son would say. Probably leave it alone. We'll start looking around again. OUT, I mean, look at the volume on here too. It's pretty much just as bad. CLDX. There's a lot of these types of moves. Not gonna lie, making us look like we don't know what we're talking about today. Like, look at CLDX, another one. Nice little big push through that previous resistance, and they're just consolidating higher today. What's the SPY? Is the SPY kind of moving higher? Not really. Look at that. Interesting. What did GNMK do? Yeah, that thing just kept on going too. I swear we had shares on that this morning. I'll have to go back and watch the recording. I thought when we pulled it up on this move here that we had shares. Maybe not. See, Thomas, I should have never brought IB up. But let's take a look at IQ. Should have just reversed my position apparently. Take a look at that. So that cut's looking even better now. I'll bring it over too to show you guys my chart. There it is right there. Yep. So had that entry here. Got down below it a few times, but we're looking for closer down towards 25.30s for most of those. We actually put the order at 25.45. We missed it by 3 cents, and then we just never got another pullback. So we saw the resistance kind of forming here. We had the previous resistance already. It went through, tried to fake out breakout a little bit, and then so we said, okay, well, if it wants to go higher after a fake out breakout, the odds are it's going to continue. So that was what we did. We decided to get out of there. OSTK. We actually had shares on this last week. Boom. Attaboy, Constantine. Up 4Q today. Killing it. Nice. OTLK. Starting to have a little bit of a breakout here. Through 150 would be nice. Theory. Hey, long time no see. How you doing? I'm doing good. We have one loss. It was a smaller one. I just showed the chart. Here it is. It was a trade on IB on IQ. Just another one. It's kind of been the story of this week. Just trades, tough trades. Nothing's really pulling back too much. So we're just kind of dealing with it at the moment. Thomas is 1 for 1. He's got the trade on CHGG. Nice little quick one there. Like it. Yeah, see, Thomas, where you got your entry or where you got your cover, that was actually when I pulled it up. That's where the price was. So that was actually why I didn't like it too much. So if we scroll in here, when I pulled this chart up, the price was already back down around this area, which, Thomas, I think your cover was a little bit lower than that. It looked like it was around the 66 area. But I just didn't like that we had already missed that move. And I was looking for it to bounce back up, but it didn't because we were still pretty extended. But unfortunately, we just kind of missed that one. But good trade there by Thomas. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, after like 11:30 stocks lately, I've been running whole dollars. Very scary. Yeah, there's been the low floater. That's been the story of the week. I don't know if you guys follow Ross. He's been absolutely killing it. Dude's up like almost, I don't know if this is right, but if I'm doing my math, he's up over $500,000 in like the last week and a half or something like that. Pretty nuts. NIU, it's not a bad chart, but if you can, as you see, it's just grinding. We would need another candle like this one away from where it's at for us to be interested here. I just discovered a little shortcut there. If it's 50 cents on the scale, I can just hit the dollar for what I'm doing at the current moment, which I'm going to explain in my video. I mean, I can tell you guys, it's not a big deal, but I basically missed. Well, let's see what this NIU does here real quick. Ooh, I was hoping that went straight up through 1950. What did MGNX end up doing? Just grinding away. Here we go. Let's see if we can get a push up through 1950 here. Again, we're looking for one of these candles. Dang, that was a $1.20 candle. Jeez. All right, let's get through 1950. It's not quite giving it to us. This BBGI, interesting. Yeesh. Let's go look at this. It's a lower float. I could just be a little bit more careful with it. I'm going to start this at 81. If it wants to give us the 50 test, we'll take it. Was seeing if it wanted to pop up a little higher towards 5 there. Alright, let's see if it does. Coming down. Just looking for that 50 test. Definitely went smaller on this one because it's a low float. Here we go, 60, 57. Looking for that 50 test. 55, 53, 52, and there we go. All right, so we'll take a quick little winner there on BBGI. Just looking previous resistance, guys. Nice, big, intense move straight through, right off the scanner, and boom. Right back down to that previous resistance. That was all we were looking for. I only got one entry there. It was a low float, so I'm not going to be upset about it at all, but we'll take that one. That was a pretty beautiful trade. Ooh, NIU. Let's go right back over to that thing. Ooh, no. Did we miss it? Crap. That thing was right at 20. I looked at it on my other chart. I should have just hit it on my other chart. All right, we might get another shot here. Ah, man. That split second pulling the chart up. I looked at it. It was right at 20. By the time I typed it in and hit enter, that thing already dropped 30 cents. Let's see what it does here. Would have much rathered getting that near 20. Could have possibly just started smaller, but the spread got pretty bad there too. Meh, there it goes. At least Brian got this. He said he started it, so good for him. It was up on the scanner, but I was paying pretty close attention to BBGI there. Yeah, look at that nice move. That's what we were looking for. We were looking for, I mean, look at this thing kind of riding that EMA, and all of a sudden we get that push away from it, right? That's what we're looking for, that extension away. Blah, look at that. Full point there. Man, that would have been beautiful. All right, let's move on. I don't want to keep looking at what could have been. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I missed it about time I finished on a high of day. On the daily, it already dropped. FRSX. We don't have shares there. CLSN. Isn't this the one we traded yesterday? It was CL, I thought it was CL something. Man, that would have been nice. That was the move we were kind of looking for, right? We were looking for this nice move up towards, even on some volume, and then, it's all right. Like I said, guys, we are going to have the Friday night live stream tonight. Make sure you stop by, get that one last little dose of the stock market. We'll be talking about our week, our struggling week. This was a tough week for us. We couldn't really get the ball rolling. Yesterday, we made a couple mistakes. One, definitely user error. One, emotionally, which is obviously user error as well. And then one, revenge trading. So all in the same ticker. It was definitely not a great day for us yesterday. We kind of beat ourselves up. And yeah, so I didn't necessarily go smaller today for any particular reason. We can talk a little bit more about it tonight in the live stream about kind of what I was doing here this morning. But the reason I went smaller on BBGI there was just because it was an 8 mil float. I didn't really want to, if this wanted to really run, I wanted to be ready for it. And I didn't want to, risk this thing going crazy like all the other low floats have been doing. But you could kind of feel the top there. That's why I hit it where I did. And we were pretty right. This thing's actually trying to go again. As you can see, it did come down below that previous resistance, but not by too much. It's actually trying to bounce right off of it. So we'll keep that up as we're going through here. But yeah, on the Friday night live stream, we just like to kind of mess around. Oh, speaking of which, tonight, I know Thomas is going to love this. Kevin Avery is actually going to be joining us. I think we're both going to be streaming at the same time. And there may be some blue drink involved. I'm sure the wife loves to hear that. Well, she doesn't really care, I don't think. She might actually join me. You want to join me for a drink tonight, babe? No. She said no. What about wine?
You do that too late.
It starts at 9 now.
It's not bedtime.
Huh?
That's not bedtime.
Well, everybody bring a drink tonight is what I'm saying. We're going to be a little bit more lax tonight. Not, we're still going to talk, but we're going to banter. We're going to do all that good stuff with Kevin. And it was just a little idea he threw across, and I tried to, we'll open it up. I was doing the interviews for a while, but like I said, things have been so crazy. And I do plan to try to get Vic back on the show at some point. We'll see what he's doing. But he's got some pretty interesting stories to tell. Yeah. Mom said it's Friday night. You're okay.
Is she going to get up with Brayden at 6 a.m.?
She asked if you're going to get up with Brayden at 6 a.m. Waiting for a response. Watching BBGI if it wants to go through a high day here, /5. Pretty much made back our loss there on IQ, which as this is pulling back, let's take a look at IQ. Yeah, look at that thing. That thing just kept on grinding up. It's kind of what it felt like. After we couldn't get that pullback, it just felt like it started grinding. So pretty good cut there, not going to lie. Yeah, NIU, that was a beauty. Brian, son of a... I missed that one. I saw it on my bottom chart because I had it up on my bottom chart that whole time we were trading BBGI. I saw it hit 20. I literally came up here, went to typed it in. As I hit the button, it was already down at 1965. I was like, ugh. And granted, you could jump in on the back end, but at that point, I'm kind of looking at this area here, right? That was kind of where we had that first attempt at a pullback, so you could almost say that was resistance. And if it was at 1965, you already gave pretty much half of that move back. And that's what you're looking for most of your position to be taken off. So it's kind of hard to just jump in because then you're kind of chasing at that point. There goes BBGI up through 5. See if we can get a little bit more of a push here, right? Because now we got our previous resistance sitting here. We want these same kind of candles, right? We want this big old candle, almost a point candle. This candle started all the way down here at 471, so we want to be up through 550. Struggling here. Did not do what we wanted. Right now it's doing the old fake out breakout. Yeah, if I don't jump in on the open of the backside, I'll let it go without me, and I'm usually at full size if I do jump in on that open candle. Yeah. It's a different feeling when you pull up a stock and you see it making the top versus when you pull up a stock and it's already made the top. I need to come up with a good reference to what that feels like in correlation to something else. Cuz that it's hard to explain what I'm thinking. Man, that thing got bought all the way back up to high a day. Still watching it here. I'd still love to see this thing shoot up through 550. Yeah, Brian, I know you can still add backside. But in that case on NIU, it was a little different too because it had already given back close to half the move. So if it makes a move, like for instance, if actually let's use this BBGI. So if it comes up, say it went up through 5, like to where the current price is on this move when we got in, but it started to come back down below 5 and we pulled it up as it was already coming back below 5, but it's still like right under 5. So technically that thing hasn't even given back 15, 20% of its move. I would be more inclined to enter a trade there. But if this thing came all the way back down to like 480, 475, I'd be less inclined because it already gave back half the move that we'd be looking to capture. So I don't want to get in and chase it, knowing that it could just turn around and come right back up to high a day after trying to pull back. Because it's not always going to come down to that previous resistance, as we've seen on a lot of charts today. Mom said sure. I don't really know how to interpret that. Well, that's what I don't know how to interpret. Like, is she going to come over here at 6 a.m.? Mom said he didn't say get drunk. He said have a drink. LOL. Control yourself, mama. LOL. I don't think she heard me. I mean, I was trying to get her drunk. Turn it into a fun stream. I was hoping to get one more trade in here, but we're kind of getting into our area of time to go because I want to try to get the video out. We're going to go try to grab some lunch. Wing looks like it finally worked out. Took a while. That was another tough trade. I mean, that's the thing. If you're going to trade ones like these, Brian is the master at it. Being able to see that this is most likely going to go higher and being able to hold through that just because the chart looks good. I mean, that takes balls. I'm just not there yet. Plus I'm not going to say this is why, but having a bigger account does help. Not bigger account per se, but having money on top of your account, like knowing that you can apply the risk, having that risk tolerance is what I'm looking for there. But having the tolerance to accept that it can go higher, it's definitely a different breed of trader. I'll just say that. It's definitely an emotional thing that is tough to come by. For me, I see it doing this. I'd rather take the loss here because knowing that this is probably incoming, it's tough to hold through all that pain, let alone you're still looking for places to add, obviously, so that when you do get the move back down, you're making money at a much higher price. So Brian's really good at it. That's all I'll say. House money. I didn't want to use the term house money because a lot of people, I think, I wanted to say think again, but people associate the word house money a lot different than others. Like some people, if you go into a casino and you ask the casino for a line of credit, some people would consider that line of credit house money. You see where I'm going with that? But if you do get, like say you have a $25,000 account, or say you have a $5,000 account, say you get to $10,000. Some people would consider the $5,000 on top of your initial $5,000 house money, which some people would say, no, that's my money, right? I earned that money, which that's kind of how I look at it. I do understand the aspect of house money. It allows you to loosen up a little bit. And it is true. Whether you believe house money to be your money or you believe it to be extra money, however you want to look at it, once you get past a certain point, you start to loosen up a little bit. It makes you feel a little bit easier to take trades that maybe you've kind of felt a little scared about before, but you know that you can take that risk because you have the extra risk tolerance allowed in that area. If that makes sense. I feel like I kind of rambled there a little bit, but they would be wrong. So many famous people all in one place. Is that money you find in your couch? Yeah, that would be house money. Kev can't even find $10 to donate. Hey, Kev, you want to really get under GDT's skin? You should donate $10 to me right now. Oh, that would be so funny. I would even give it back to you secretly, but just to know that GDT might not think that I'm giving it back to you and you gave me $10 and not him. Oh, that would be pretty awesome. I know. I could tell Kev these things out loud, and he still won't do it. That'll be something I yell at him on the stream tonight about how he couldn't donate $10 to GDT. I think tonight, while I'm bantering with Kevin, I am going to fix up my IB, get some hot buttons and stuff over there so that this stuff doesn't happen anymore. I don't even want the $10. I just want him to say he's a cheap bastard. I'm pretty sure he probably has no problem saying that, to be completely honest. Oh, did BBGI take off? Or is it kind of grinding? Oh, you're playing the backside. Oh, float rotation. Wait, are you long? What? Usually when you talk about float rotation, you're talking about going long. What you talking about, Willis? Well, you said careful, so I'm going to assume, I don't know. I hate spending money unless it's on food. You're short? Gotcha. So you're kind of playing the backside. This is what I was talking about with you, Brian, is sometimes I'll pull up a chart and I'll see where you enter. Because a lot of what I use the ISW alert chat for personally is I like to see where someone like Brian, who kills it day in and day out, is entering trades so that I can try to learn what he's looking at. And like in this case, I have no clue what he's looking at. I guess he's just looking for this to be the overall backside with a pretty good set risk of high of day. That would be my guess. But to me, I feel like you're too close to the support area that's been proven to be a key area, as well as you kind of would be, I don't know where he got his entry obviously either, but could have been like a little bit of a chase as well. But it did kind of confirm, right? We came down, tried to come back up, made a lower high, So it is kind of confirmation that it does want to try to go lower. David watching SEAS sees. That's making a nice move to the downside. So David actually likes to do the same thing that I do, just turn the chart upside down. So his strategy is a little bit different too. He can add into a position a little bit more than me, but he'll look for these pretty nice moves to the downside. I don't necessarily even think he looks for key areas like I do. He'll just look for big moves, and then he'll just kind of scale into it, and then he'll look for it to come back up off of a bounce, kind of like this did. David uses a very systematic approach. Brian said he got 490s as an entry, so that's a pretty good entry. So he probably saw exactly what I was talking about. He saw the pop back through 5 and it failed, so he jumped back in for that confirmation that we didn't want to quite go high of day just yet. Technically. Yeah, that's the real reason Brian got in. He said it's kind of DT-ish, but it owes me a couple bucks. Getting to the bottom of it. Where's the FU emoji? I actually had a middle finger emoji as one of the support when you hit the join button and you join as a member. That was one of the emojis, but I didn't know if YouTube would like that. So, can you mute another mod? Let's find out. That's funny. Yeah, I told you. See, definitely cheap. No denying. He has no problem saying that he's cheap. So, good trade there by Brian. He definitely read that one right. See what it does here at that previous resistance that was used as support here at 450. After this, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go try to make my video real quick so that I can go enjoy lunch with the wife. It's our half day today. And then my poor son, he has to get his blood drawn again today. Hopefully it's the last time. I have to get everything ready for that as well. Then we're going to go pick him up and take him. Yeah, Kev, it is really cool. I'm not going to lie. That we can all use the same scanner for overall the same purpose, right? I mean, the scanner is telling you one thing. It's telling you, hey, this thing's making an intense move. But how you personally as a trader capitalize on that move, it's completely up to you. If you don't watch GDT, go watch him. He does the same thing. He's looking for the intense moves. He looks to get in. If he has to scale in, he will. And me and GDT actually trade very similarly, but we actually trade very differently. Just based off of like what we look for, like whether it be looking at the news, whether it be looking for like key areas to break. I like to look for things that are always at high of day. GDT doesn't really care about that as much. So everyone's going to have a different style. That's the beauty of this. Even though we're all using the same tool, which is giving us the opportunity at these plays, we can all use them differently that fits our style, which is just amazing. Just curious one last time looking at IQ. Oh, give IQ the FU emoji. Ugh. Look at that. So we were right in the moment on IQ, but look at that thing just die. I mean, granted, did it even get to 45? If we would have left our order out there. No, it only got the... Oh, yeah, it didn't even get back below 50. It only got to 55. So everything grinded up high enough to even after this big old move down, if we would have never added into this, which obviously would have been silly to still be in this as it's grinding higher, but yeah, pretty crazy move back down. I saw it flash up on the minus I3 scan, so I was curious what it was doing. I knew I was going to be a little upset when I saw it, but I didn't think it'd be that big of a move. Oh, we don't have shares here. WRTC. So it's looking like we're going to end up down $6 today. 21 bucks is what we ended up losing on that IB trade, which there's the chart now. Kind of looks a little annoying, but it did grind a bunch higher. Can I move this down? There we go. So as you can see, got our entry. Missed all of this. Probably would have took 75% when we saw it failing to get back down through 50 if we had the button available. Did not. Started to make this ascending triangle, and it went higher, so that's where we cut it. It was pretty obvious that that was going to happen. Then it just kind of grinded higher and higher and higher, and then it gave us the ultimate FU saying, hey, all you had to do was hold on. But in reality, if you are going to play something like this, you're obviously going to be adding in somewhere along here. So this would have ended up being a nice trade, but that's just not how I trade at the moment, right? That's my strategy. If it forms a pretty key area and then it wants to go through after some consolidation, we're not looking to hold that thing anymore. So minus 21 there, and plus 15 on this BBGI trade that we took. And I think that's going to do it for us today. We were looking to jump back in here, BBGI, if it wanted to jump up, nice move through this $5 area, but it didn't quite give it to us. It kind of faked out. Yeah, send me that vid on Interactive Brokers. I'm pretty sure I know how to do it. I was kind of going through it. It's just I haven't used this since, I want to say it was the beginning of 2019, maybe the end of 2018. I think it was the beginning of 2019. So it's been a while. So I haven't really opened this up and really kind of took a look at it. I need to make it bigger as well. I was trying to form it to fit so that when I'm streaming, I can have it show up down here so you can see the unrealized and all that good stuff. But I can probably still do that. But I just need to take up a little bit more of my main screen so I can make the chart bigger. And I just need to make it a button within... I just need to make a whole new screen. So on my stream deck, I can just hit it and it'll be the IB chart with everything else that needs to be seen. So I'm going to do that definitely over the weekend. So yeah, send me that video. It might help out a little bit more. Maybe give me some tips and tricks that I don't know about. If you would have took 75 and got out at high of day. Right, yeah, it would have been green. Yep, exactly. Which is what it is. Right, it can't go back. I'm not going to fault it. It was not. We weren't in. We were only in the single entry. So, I mean, it was still a tough trade. Even if you say you were just looking for that little bit more, and then it popped up. You know, people, when you get those pops through 50, either you get the move down, a nice move down, or it gets bought right back up, and it usually shoots way back up through 50. So it's like you're gonna get like a 10, 13 cent miss there if you don't get your fill, which is basically what happened to us. So we were waiting for it to try again, and it just never really tried to get back below 50 again. So it is what it is. We weren't prepared, so we paid for it, right? Pay our tuition a little bit. We basically paid the market to say, yo, get off your ass and go set it up so it doesn't happen again. All right, what was the one last thing that we were looking at? I saw it up on the scanner there, but it went away, so it must not have been that good. DVAX is on the scanner right now. Decent volume. Previous resistance here, right under 7. See what it wants to do through 7 here. One last little attempt at a trade. It's getting denied. Didn't even get through 7. Actually only got the 698. Brian posting his chart on COHN. He said from before he wasn't going to alert that or UONE, and he just posted both charts and he was like, that's what money looks like. Yeah, those two stocks were just absolutely insane. Let's see, UONE, crazy move pre-market, and then crazy move out of the gate back up towards high of day. I mean, this thing was at $2. What, like at the beginning of the week? This thing started at $2 on Monday. It's up at $55. Ridiculous. And COHN, this one was down at $3, $4, like 370-ish area 3 days ago. And now we're up at $25. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, here, I'll show you guys the charts real quick. This is UONE, and the one right below it is COHN. You can see the ticker in the middle there, but it's probably a little small. And then right under it, he says, that's what money looks like, boys. One day. And that's the other thing. When we get into that house money talk, you can start throwing little bits, a couple shares here and there at those types of trades, right? you see it over and over again. You've been in the markets long enough. You see these charts over and over again. You start to kind of feel what they're going to do, and you just take the risk off a little bit. You just throw smaller amounts of shares. So when you're right, you still make some money. If you're wrong, you don't lose that much. It's all just calculated risk. Yeah, I can post them on Discord. Oops, I tried to do the same one. What is it doing? I'm so confused. Why is it telling? Oh, because it's all one. Okay. I was like, what? Cancel. Upload. There you go. Yeah, let me actually open this video up so I have it up in my browser. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate that. Open this back up. Alrighty. All right, guys. Well, if you have any other questions, come to the Friday night live stream. Meet us there tonight. Ask away. If you want to ask before that, find me in the Discord. If you really want to, you can find me on Twitter too. I prefer the Discord. It's just much easier to talk on. And that's all I have for today. So we were 1 for 2, ended up right around break even, technically right on the day. Technically. It's been the word that everyone makes fun of me for using a lot lately, apparently. And I'll see you guys tonight. If I don't see you tonight, have a great weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you Monday morning. Peace.